Hello everyone and welcome back to another brand new video. Today we're going to be going over the most recent episode of Pokemon Horizons, and in today's episode we see Liko and Roy going over to this Exceed building, which Exceed is the company that is run by the explorers, which they saw at the very end of the last episode. So they head over into this building and they're sneaking around, but they end up just being allowed to go inside because what's actually going on is that the explorers and the Exceed company have developed essentially their version of a Terra Orb. They call it a strong sphere, where it's just like a sphere, like a Terra Orb, where it powers up the Pokemon, but instead of with terrestrial energy, it powers them up with Loquium. So of course this is very dangerous and the kids do not want this to be going on. And surprisingly enough, Ulto is also here, and he clearly seems very upset by this. He doesn't seem to be really into the strong sphere thing, but they have a battle showcase to show off the strong sphere, and the person who ends up showcasing the strong sphere is actually that girl. Remember that girl who is meant to be Dot's doppelganger? I don't think her name was ever revealed in English, but her name is apparently meant to be Dash, because it's like a counterpart to Dot, so Dot and Dash. In Japan, her name, I believe, was Boko. So yeah, I'll put a picture of her on screen just so you know who I'm talking about. The girl who had the ducklet, she actually reappears here, and her ducklet is actually fully evolved into a Swanna. And so I remember the element that she did not pass her second terrestrial training test, so she didn't get to keep her Terra Orb. And so I guess that's why she's here to check out these strong spheres. And I really like that as an element to, you know, keep up with the storytelling and the consistency of the fact that she didn't get her Terra Orb, so it makes sense why she would be here as opposed to the other two who did get to keep their Terra Orbs and pass their tests. So that I really enjoyed. I like seeing her here, and of course they show off just how crazy this orb is because she powers up her Swanna with the strong sphere as she is battling an Electivire, and just one-shots the Electivire with a single water gun, is able to avoid its attacks very easily. And Liko and Roy can see how this strong sphere is negatively affecting Swanna, though it doesn't seem like anyone else is, because Swanna seems very tired, just not itself, as it's battling with this strong sphere's influence. So Liko and Roy are just very upset about this, but after that battle, we see that Coral and Sidan are of course working here along with the other explorers. Kalis is here as well, and so Coral especially seems to be a very popular battler with this audience. There are people just calling her name all the time, basically like she's Nido thing, like an influencer. But anyway, Sidan notices Liko and Roy in the crowd, so he and Coral challenge them both to a battle to show off the strong spheres, and the battle is pretty even at first, but as soon as Coral and Sidan use their strong spheres, it's very much more one-sided, where they are dominating the battle and Liko and Roy are struggling, and ultimately Sidan and Coral are able to defeat Liko and Roy. And not only do they defeat them, they really just go on this overkill mode. Even after Meowscarada and Crocalor are fainted, they're attacking them still, trapping them with Salt Cure, and it's just really crazy, to the point that Roy has to use Cap, and even Ulto intervenes with his Sableye, and ultimately Coral of course loses her cool, has her Glalie self-destruct, and in that timing, Kalis puts up this wall so the audience doesn't get affected, but in this time, Liko, Roy, and Ulto are able to run off, so no one is seriously harmed. And it was really funny anyway, since Ulto, like I said, was using Sableye to battle, so it wouldn't have been affected by this self-destruct anyway. But yeah, all the kids are able to get out and escape, and they just run off. They update the situation to Dot, and they continue making their progress. They see this cave toward the very end of the episode, so again, just leading into the next episode where they go on their way to continue stopping whatever the explorers are doing and trying to get the Voltacklers back together all at the same time. So overall, I actually really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was really nice to see what the explorers are actually doing right now after this whole 1-year gap. And not only that, but to see that they're actually working on their own Terra Orb counterparts. And even seeing Dash again, I really just like that element of showing her and showing all this continuity still continuing with Horizons, even moving on to Mega Voltage. So overall, very great episode. It'll be really interesting to see how everything continues moving forward. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of this situation, and I will see you all next time. Thank you!